So, so in our last class, welcome once again at another class. In our last class, we said about understanding what information architecture is, factors to consider, steps to information architecture, sitemap creation, user flow. We also talked about path sorting, content organization, competitive analysis. Before we get started properly, can two people volunteer to tell me what they learned from our last class? Anyone? Cannot see anybody again. Please, okay. Sunday.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, okay. When we talk about information architecture, we talked about the three factors, which are the user, the content, and the context. And I believe the user, which focuses on the who is consuming your content, what goals does the user have, and what experience do they have. Then when we talk of the content, then what kind of information are you putting in your app? What kind of information is available to them? How relevant is it to your users? Then we talked about context, which talks about why is the user engaging in whatever information you're dropping in your app or website, and how the user engaging with the content. So these are the three factors of information architecture. I think I was able to get that.
Thank you so much. I think some people didn't get the question. So I asked two people to volunteer to tell me what they learned in our last class. Thank you so much, Sunday. That was a good one. Okay, Henry. So please let's make it fast.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So on the last class, I learned how to go about information architecture through the use of sitemap. And I learned that a sitemap is like the blueprint that has to do with the overall diagram that shows the layout of whatever digital the information that has to be in your digital solution. Then we also learned that within each sitemap there has to be a user flow. So the user flow is like also a diagram that shows from start to finish the tasks that the customer is to embark on. For example, like a fintech app, like a mobile banking app, the different stages are part of the sitemap. But when the customer is going to make a particular transaction, they want to transfer money. That particular transaction is on the user fee. So that's what I can. We're told that these two are part of ways you can go about the information architecture. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Okay. Okay. Ike, just the last person. So you can unmute your mic and go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry, I didn't get the question. Is it what we learned in the last class?
Yes.
Is it randomly? Like anything?
Yes, anything that you learned in our last class.
Okay, like you talked about factors to consider when carrying out architecture and information architecture. That was what you talked about, and you said the user, like you said, you talked about the user being the person looking for the information. So you said it's about like going to the like you're browsing and you want to get information and you're browsing like on a library or fintech or something. Okay, so let me talk about something else. Let me see. Okay. He talks about 8 principles of information architecture. He said the principle of objects, the principle of choice. Then you talked about the principle of disclosure. He talked about the principle of exemplars, the principle of front doors, and the principle of multiple classification. And you
Yeah.
talked about the principle of focus navigation, the principle of growth. So for the principle of objects, you said that says that the content should be treated as a living or breathing thing. Like it has a life cycle, it has behaviors, it has attributes. Like for every content that goes into your application or product should be treated like a living thing. E.g., for example, you said of a living thing, you should have attributes like your content should have like the title, the description, maybe like say the prizes, a prize. We talked about principle of choice, and I can remember you said less is more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think okay. I think we'll just take the last person. But Uchenna, just one thing that you learned in the last class. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope you can hear me. Yes, we learned last week. We learned about IA rather, information architecture. That's the definition, kind of structuring and organizing content in a context. And we also learned about site mapping and as well as user flow, which is the movement of elements or from the starting from like the journey. Yes, the journey map of how it moves from one spot to another from the starting point, how a screen or the interactions, how they interact in just kind of a journey. And its principles, we learned about the front doors, just as Kayla said, a lot of principles, just like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much for that. So user flow is a path taken by a typical user to complete a task, more like a journey a user takes to complete a task. Yeah? Hope that's clear now. Thank you so much, Uchenna. So today's class, we are going to be looking at feature prioritization before we continue our hands-on experience on information architecture. In our last class, we were on FigJam, but we didn't have enough time, so we stopped there. So today we will have to go over site map creation and user flow chart again. Okay, please can bring down your hand now. So prioritization, feature prioritization is a process of deciding which feature to develop first in a product or service. Most often, we designers, we don't really do the feature prioritization, but it's always advisable to, after your research, after you're done with your research and you're able to identify the problem that you want to solve, because bearing in mind that you can't really solve everyone's problem. Based on the research that you have done, you saw that a lot of people have impossible problems that you can't really solve for them. So this feature prioritization will help you to identify the features of your product that is most important, that is actually addressing the user's needs. So I can also say feature prioritization is a process of evaluating tasks, features or ideas, and thereby finding impact of a product success. With feature prioritization, be able to get the most important features of your product. So for instance, for a movie streaming app, you just know that the main feature of that application is for users to stream. Every other thing can come in later. But this feature prioritization helps you to put the important things first. Feature prioritization is not only used for it's not only used by product designers. Product managers can also use it to make informed decisions about which features to focus on first, and also ensure that the feature that they're developing meets users' needs and business goal. Then why prioritize features? We have limited resources. You can actually find yourself tomorrow in a startup or in an organization that have a whole lot of features that they want to incorporate on their product. With prioritization, it will help you to allocate resources effectively. What are the features that you'll be needing now? What are the ones that are most important for users to navigate with or interact with? Then you have improved user experience. Feature prioritization helps designers and product managers to focus on most valuable feature first. That also leads to what users will love and what users find intuitive to navigate with. Then you have increased revenue. With feature prioritization, helps to identify features that addresses users' needs, pain points, and also lead to higher income. The goal of every business is to make profits, right? And it's to make money, profit. So when you prioritize your features very well, be able to know, okay, when we bring in these features first, we'll be able to attract more users to our product, by so be able to make more profits in order to develop other features. Then you have reduced development time. When you streamline your development time, with feature prioritization, be able to streamline your development time by focusing on the most crucial feature first and leaving the other ones for later updates or later development. We have different framework for feature prioritization. We have the Canon model, we have value versus efforts, we have Moscow method. Because for the purpose of this class, you're just going to be looking at just one method, which is a Moscow method, but I'm going to also share resources so that I'll be able to understand more on what feature prioritization is. You must not use all of them. All of them are just for you to prioritize your features. You can just pick one and work with. For Canon method, it's a framework that focuses on users' reaction, like excitement, performance, basic, indifference, and dissatisfaction. So what do I mean? So features are developed based on the reaction of users. Are users excited to use this product? Do users feel dissatisfied using this product? For features that are classified under indifferent, that's features that are not really sure their purpose, their impact on the product, or for features that users find dissatisfied on, or users are not satisfied with, those features shouldn't be developed. That's not where you're supposed to concentrate on. You actually concentrate on features that are most important for your products. Then you talk about, we have value versus effort. So this is a framework that used to analyze or perceive value to users and the effort required to develop them. So for these features, you are going to be checking for this framework. This framework helps check the value of the feature and the effort required to bring it to life. Are they going to be needing much resources to bring this feature to life? So you can just, with this framework, you can now use it to okay, the one that require low efforts and low effort, high value, you can bring those ones forth first before you can now look at other ones. Then we'll have Moscow method. So Moscow is a framework, is a prioritization framework that sorts idea into the following categories. You have must have, should have, would have, won't have. So,
Sorry, Chiamaka, your line is breaking.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, please, you can unmute your mic. Thank you so much. So for most schools, it helps to classify features based on must have, should have, would have, won't have. So must have features are essential features. Without these features, the app won't function properly. So I give example, like if you're developing a fintech app and you don't have bank transfer, withdrawal, add money, like what is not in the app? You understand? So depending on the product that you are designing, you should focus more on this must have will help you to identify features that without them, the app is as good as useless. It's not really addressing what is meant to do. Then you have should have. They are important, but they're not crucial for the basic functionality. Without them, the app can still function well, but they are also important for the app to function, but it's not like the main features that you should incorporate in your application or your website. Then you would have. So these are desirable features that add extra value, but they are not essential at all. Like, for instance, so for a music streaming app, I can actually add like podcasts, add like radio, but look at it, it's actually fine. It's nice, but it's not really, it's just desirable, but it's not really like addressing what the music streaming app should have. Then you have won't have. So these are classified as a low priority for the initial launch. Most times when you do your feature prioritization, most time you might not really have the one that you won't have. Most time you might have based on the thing that you feel like the features that you feel like they're not really important and they're not really solving any problem based on the research that you have done. So this is a good example of how to carry out your feature prioritization with Moscow method. So this is a project management app. So you have must have, should have, could have, won't have. We all know what a project management app is. Example is Trello, Notion. We have a whole lot. Can't really remember all of them now. But it just helps you to like manage your tasks. So when you start working on a big organization, tasks will be assigned to you here. Then you'll be able to like tick out the ones you have done, move them from doing to done, move them to ready for development. It just helps you to like track your task. So when they give you a task to do, you will see that it's on the to do. So when you start doing the task, you can now move it to doing. When you are done doing it, you can now move it to done like that. So that's how a project management app works. There are a whole lot of them out there. You can use Notion, Trello, etc. Must have, for example, for a project management app, you have task assignments. Then you have file attachments, right? So if I'm assigning a task to you, I should be able to like put out the task and also like attach document for you to like use to do the task. For instance, a PRD. You also have like Google Calendar integration. So that, okay, this is the day that this task was assigned. This is when you are expected to like turn the task over. Then you have workflow monitoring. Your stakeholders, the people that you're working with, actually say, okay, she have moved from doing, now she's done with this task. Then you have should have like what we said earlier. They're important, but they're not really crucial for functionality. With this, a project management app can actually function properly. But these two, they're important, but without them, the product can still function properly. So you have time tracking feature, not really important. If I'm working on a task, I don't really want to put myself on attention. we have Kanban view. Then you have Notion integration. That's like integrating another project management this thing into your app already. It's not really important. Then you have in-app messaging. What do I have to message when I have a task to do? But I can actually put it. It's important, but it's not really solving the project management app problem. Then you have mobile app. Most project management application actually web-based, so that you're able to like see them clearer. You can actually use them, but it's better to use it on like a web. Then you have then you have Slack integration. We all know what Slack is. Then you have Chrome add-on, not really necessary. So for could have, they are desirable. They actually add extra value to your product, but they're not really important. It's just like extra Jara. Then you have visualization feature of project advancement indicator. You have in-app collaborative whiteboard. Then for won't have video conferencing feature, not really important. So before we move forward, does anyone have any questions so far? All right. Okay, Ecom. Ecom, I have a question.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, from this explanation now, this Moscow method, it means that like an app is good to go with just the must have. Is that what it means?
Sorry, come again.
Aside from this explanation now, this Moscow method, it means that if you're trying to keep it like extremely simple, like an app is good to go with just the must-have features.
Yes, especially when you have limited resources. With time, you can now incorporate other ones, but can your app function with these features? Yes, you understand? But when you have this, most times there's not enough resources to like develop everything that the users want. So you can start by focusing on the most important one. Then that's when you have updates. You understand? Then you can now add other ones that based on your research. You understand? Because if you go ahead and start putting video conferencing on a project management app, it's not really addressing the problem. You understand? Ekram, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I understand.
Thank you. Edu.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. I'm not sure if you answered my question, but I just want you to please reiterate the
Oh, you
won't
asked a
have.
question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you say you asked a question before now.
No. I mean, from the little you just said when you were speaking with Ekong,
Okay.
when you were answering Ekong's question, I'm not sure if you answered my question, but I just want a better clarification. The won't have, does that mean that it is not important at all, or based on my survey, it is of least priority?
Okay. It's not like it's not important. It's just like it's not really necessary for launch. You can actually add them later. Like, okay, before we all use WhatsApp, right? We just discovered that they added the recording to our status. Looking at that feature is not really important from the onset, but maybe they saw a reason why to like add it. Maybe it was on their won't have earlier, but they now saw like a reason to add it. Most won't have over time because of scalability sake, you can add it. You understand? But for your product launch, that's not the thing you're looking at currently. So let me say if you're designing an e-commerce, sorry, let me say a rental application, that is a real estate app. You can actually do with just listing of your house, people, users to be able to see the house and buy, contact the agent. You see that virtual visitation, you can actually add it later because it's not really like solving the problem. It's actually very important too, but for your app to function, you know, the people can actually like look at the house they want to look at pictures and pay for it. You don't need to use that virtual, I don't know what to call it, to just navigate to see the rooms. You understand? Hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So you, Lucia.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, you were saying something about limited resources from the why prioritize features. I don't really get, you kept on mentioning resources. I can't really place it as you're explaining.
Okay. Let me break it down a little. So you have like a whole lot of features, right? You know that there are features that need money, you understand, before they will come live, like API integration, like integrating another application to your app, you understand? So you can actually leave those ones now and focus on the ones that you can actually solve with little resources. Resources like just, you don't need much money to like work on it based on your budget. Most startups usually start small. You can just leave all those ones that need money, like this Zoom call that you're on. Like if you want to integrate it in another platform, you have to like pay for it. You know, in order for you to even increase the number of people that attend this class, you have to like pay for it. So if you are working and you have little budgets, you can actually focus on the one that require less resources. That's like money and all that. Then focus on those ones, and maybe later when the product is doing well, you can now like add other ones that require like resources based on your budget. Exactly.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Do you still have a question?
Not at all, sorry. I forgot to lower my hand. Sorry.
All right. So we'll be going back to our fake jam to finish what we started in our last class. So we're going to like use Moscow to like prioritize an application, any application. Then we're going to continue our sitemap creation so that you guys be able to do your task and also user flow. Emmanuel, you have a question?
Hello, ma.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, ma. This our Moscow method is the one I don't understand because I've been following since the last class. There we talk about information architecture, then user flow. Then, as I know that sitemap is part of information architecture. Then this Moscow method is the one I don't really understand now. Is it part of information architecture as well?
No. Okay, like when I started, right, I said something about, I would like us to touch feature prioritization. So as you're done with your research, right, you did your research and you submitted, right? As you're done with it, you discover that users have a lot of problems that they want you to address, right? So with prioritization now, you'll be able to like identify the features that you want to like develop first and the features that you want to like design for or focus on. Because in our last class, we were unable to finish sitemap. That is why you're seeing hands-on experience, sitemap, and user flow. This was part of the last class, but since we didn't finish, I said, okay, let's focus on the theory so that when we move to Figma, we're able to do Figma. So just bear in mind that feature prioritization is an activity under the idea stage that you have to like identify the problem that you want to solve. Exactly. Then before you can move to sitemap and information architecture.
Sorry, I had a network issue.
Okay. So Emmanuel, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you now.
So when you are done with your problem statement, when you are done with your research and you see that based on your research, you're able to like gather a whole lot of problems that users want you to address, right?
Okay.
So feature
Okay.
prioritization to help you to like identify the ones that you want to solve. Now you can't really solve all their problems now.
Okay.
This
Yeah, I
one is
understand.
one that is very important for your project. So this
Okay.
site map we are seeing here is under information architecture, but since we are doing hands-on, I said, okay, let's do feature prioritization hands-on on FigJam and also go back to our information architecture and finish our site map and user flow. Is that clear?
Oh, okay, ma'am.
I think that's all.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Let's go to FigJam. Please let me confirm that you can see my FigJam.
No, I can't.
All right.
We can't see. Your FigJam is not showing.
I called Dami. Please Dami again on this call. All right, thank you. Don't worry, you see it now. Can you see let me confirm that you can see my FigJam.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So before we do, let's carry out an activity on the feature prioritization. So I'm just going to take this and keep it here. Okay. So for feature prioritization, as I said earlier, we're going to be making use of Moscow. Please, can somebody tell me how Moscow works? So I'll be sure that we're on the same page. Anyone? Okay, just one person. Obina. You're speaking, we can't hear you.
It's going to show you what that you are going to have in your products. They must have. Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Hello. Okay, you said in the Moscow we are going to have items like must have, should have, could have, and would have. The must have is the top priority that's is supposed to be in your application. That without that, the application the product will not function well. Then the should have is also supposed to be there. Can add an additional feature to your product, but would not stop it from running if it's an app. Then you also have could have, which is also additional, but the won't have is of the least priority that you can have in your products or application.
Okay, thank you so much. So, boy, you have anything to add?
No, good evening, everyone. Not really. I think he said it all.
All right. So let me just do this quickly. So this is must have. person. To if you have any question on KodeCamp, please always ask. Okay. So Sin.
Hello, Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ma, please, I discovered that at times, whenever you're designing on KodeCamp, at times you design on the plain workspace, and at times you need to add a section to it. What's the difference between the workplace and the section, Ma?
Okay, just for arrangement. So if I give you a task and you just place this around, if I come to find this might be very difficult, especially when I give you like multiple assignments. But once you like use a session, right? Be able to like help me to find your, because it will help you to name your task. Now, right here, we'll have feature prioritization. Anybody that's coming to this board will know, okay, this is where she did her feature prioritization. You understand? It's just for arrangements.
Okay, because I discovered that I can as well use the text to name my tags instead of using
You
the
can actually use
section.
frame, just that with session, be able to like name your task properly. And if I'm moving everything is moving around. But if I place it on the Canva directly,
Yeah.
I just have to move everything one after the other.
Oh, okay, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
Okay, so I'm just going to like pick so for your research, at the end of today's class, please try to prioritize the features I have gotten from your research. Please, that'll be very important. You have to do that before you do your information architecture. Because it's from these features, I know that, okay, you know the features that you want to like add on your information architecture and the features that you want to design for or develop for. Please, is that clear? Please indicate on the chart. Is that clear?
Come again, Ma.
Okay. All right. So say from your research, they was like you discover that a lot of users have different problems that they want you to solve for them. For those of you that did interview, be able to like one user might just be having like several problems that they want you to solve for them. So be able to like for you to move properly to your information architecture, you must be able to like carry out feature prioritization to identify the features that you want to design for. Then with this, you can now do a better information architecture. You understand? Is that clear? Okay. All right, I'm clear. So we're going to just make use of, I just need you guys to just participate fully. So we all listen to music. So let's use a music streaming app. So let me just put it here. So anyone that you're doing, so let's put it music. Streaming app. So for music streaming app, can anyone tell me, just one person, just need one person to tell me what you must have for a music streaming app?
Playlist. Playlist.
If you want to talk, please raise up your hand. Okay. Just one person. Just take one person. Okay. Ecom, please let's make it fast.
Okay, I wanted to ask, since you said that for any tasks that were given, I hope you can hear me. Okay, that we have to do the feature prioritization app prioritization thing. But according to the task that we were given, it was stated that it has to be. You spoke about us doing our research already. It was stated that it has to be an e-commerce app or a music app. Or does that mean that we can continue with from our user research and go ahead? We can use any app or any website?
So for your
Because
task,
from what I read,
so for the task that I gave, it's not based on your personal research. It's just a general task on information architecture and user. So I'm saying if you are doing your research, the next thing that you should do is your feature prioritization. That is the idea before you move to information architecture. That is just like a general task on information architecture. So you're not doing any prioritization there, right?
sorry, I don't understand. Because I think from the except it's a general thing, because from the questions that you asked, from the tasks that you gave, you stated that we should use either an e-commerce app or a music app. So I'm guessing that now discards the other tasks that we were given, that we don't continue from whatever app we were doing for our user research and all of that. So we now focus on either an e-commerce app or a music app. That means we have to start from user research and all of that.
No, please. So everybody should just listen now. The task that I gave is a general task on information architecture. The time you're going to continue with your research, I will say also like let you know. To just do the information architecture, give your task, let it be resting. But when I want to give you a task for your research, you have to do your feature prioritization before you do your information architecture. Is that clear?
Yeah.
If you don't, is that clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So I believe you want to continue with your research, right? Echo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, please.
So you want to continue with your research, right?
No, it's not like I want to continue. I was just trying to understand the question properly so I don't make mistakes.
So by the end of this class, we'll look at the questions together.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
So Ike, you have a question. Okay.
Not a question actually, is from the question you asked. What we should have, a must have, yeah. For me, I think is find my music, like to find a particular music.
Okay, let's say search now.
Search, yes.
Search.
Yeah.
I'll just let this so that. Okay. So the next thing, somebody said playlists. So let's type it on the chat if you know. Okay. So we have the most important feature is music streaming, just music streaming. Must be able to listen to music here. Okay. Play button. All right. I feel like you guys love music a lot. We have artists. Cool. Okay. Then we also have offline playback. Okay, we have album, we have artists. Okay, yeah. Thank you. You guys are the best. Okay, shuffle. All right. So it just have a lot of features that you must have for a music streaming app. All right. They also have playback control. Playback control. Right? Okay. That's really nice. Okay, let's move to should have. Any idea? Yeah, I think personalized recommendation is important, but it's not really crucial. So nobody is saying anything about okay. Okay. Download button should be a must have. If you're like a music, I should be able to download it, you know. Download. Recently downloaded. Okay. So let me say, that's another one is a high quality audio streaming. You know that, okay, without this high quality audio streaming require people to like pay for subscription. It's important, but can my music streaming app function? Yes, it can function. Yes, subscription, yeah. Somebody say subscription. Subscription. Hey, yeah. So that's the same thing. So we have a high quality audio. This will require people to like subscribe to it or pay extra money. So it's important, but it's not, our app can still function without it. Okay, we have settings. We need settings, so do we? I think it should be on should have. Am I setting for? Yeah, settings. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So let's move to could have. Could have, I say they are desirable. They also add extra value to our products. Anybody think of something that I feel like will add extra value to our products? Lyrics is important. Notification and artist picture display. You need the artist, so you need the artist profile. Year of release, important, must have. So I'm thinking music video, since it's a streaming app, what do I need video for? But it's also desirable to have. Then we have music podcast. It's desirable, but we can also have it later. But for now, any idea? Customize button. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. They also have personalized radio. Nice. Personalized radio. Okay, but desirable, but recently played. I think I need it in case I don't have data. I want to do offline. So let's say offline for must have offline. Offline playback. So who said that? Recently played. Should be on must have. So that's okay. Notification button. That one should be on should have. Share button. See, okay. I don't really know. Share button, share button. Do we need it? Okay, share button, yes. Thank you, Andrew. It's desirable in case I want to share with my friends. But sorry, I want to write something. Okay, so let's move to, what did I write? Won't have. So for won't have, any idea? No idea. Life performance, what was it? Nah. Okay, for won't have, let's look at voice assistants. Purchase cards, purchase cards. Purchase cards. Okay, let me purchase music. Okay, message to artists. Thank you so much. To artists. Upload music. Not really necessary. You won't have. Maybe later when you want to make room for upcoming artists. Upload music. Then we have phone number. Then we have voice assistants. Not really. This one can actually come in handy later. You can just ask your AI to play for you. You have social media collaboration. Social media. Media. Yeah. Comment section. Comment. Yeah. All right. So thank you guys. You guys are the best. So any question on this so far? Hope you're all clear. Okay. Ura.
Good evening.
Good evening.
That setting, is it not meant to be under must have and not should have?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I'm not really sure. Why do you think we should put it there?
I think it should be under must have because you should be able to like
But what are you setting on your
customize it
music?
to you.
I said, what do you want to set on a music streaming app? I don't really know. That's why I left it on should have.
Okay.
That's why. But if you have a better idea, maybe we can just hear it. Do you have?
Nah, not really.
Okay, that's why I left it there. Because what are you setting?
It's all right. It's okay.
All right. Any other question? Okay, I think that's all. So we'll just go back to our sitemap creation. Yeah. So this is what Moscow help you to do. Help you to like put the features that are important first. So that if you are designing, you know that okay, for your music streaming app, these are the things the app should function with. Every other thing can come in later. Okay. So for our sitemap creation from our last class, so say by listing out our legend. So we said this legend are more like keys that help your stakeholders to understand your sitemap. So we have primary page, secondary page, tertiary page, content, external link, search bar, forms, multiple page, sign up, login. I believe all of us understood this part from our last class. If you have any question about this, you can just ask me now. I move. Okay, no question, we are good. Ecom. I have a question. I can't hear you. Okay, Paul.
Okay, hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, please, can you just go through this
Paul, you can ask your question now. Paul, can you hear me? I'm muted.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, like, can you just go through this legend, whatever, please? And I have one other thing. Like, for the last class, I was not around. Some things came up. Is there like a video that I can check again, please?
And see if I watch it on YouTube.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much.
So for the primary page, it's more like the parent page. I'll just use an example so that we are on the same page before I move. So okay, let's use this as example. Let's use this website as example. So this page, this is a website, right? So this page is the primary page, more like the home page. So anything I click on this page will take me to the secondary page. So if I click on a course, it will take me to the content of the secondary page. When I click on anything on the secondary page, it will take me to the tertiary page. And like that. So just bear in mind that your home page is your primary page. Anything that you click on your home page becomes your secondary page. Anything you click on your secondary page becomes your tertiary page, and like that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so
thank you.
So for external link, so if for the task I give you, see, I mostly attach resources to it. The moment you leave your LMS to the link site that I share on your resources, on your task, you have left the LMS. So you are now currently on an external link. Is that clear? Paul, is that clear?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So these are the keys that you need. It's not necessary that you need all of them. Just I put all of them out here so that I'll be able to like explain it. You might be designing an app that don't really require external links, so you don't put it on your map. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
multiple pages flows are more than one. So for checkout, instead of like putting all the flows, you can just like write multiple pages so that you bear in mind that there are more to this page.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Gabriel, you have a question. Let's make it fast.
Yes, ma. Please, ma, can you come back again about the page?
Okay.
Hello, ma. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can see it now. Come
So
back. You say?
every website, every app is structured differently, right? But just bearing in mind that the moment you land on an app or a website, the first page that you come in contact with is your primary page. So anything that you click on your primary page that takes you out from this primary page to a different page is your secondary page, right? Then your second, for instance, so this is a primary content courses on our courses. So once I click on this courses, it takes me to a secondary page. The moment I click on anything here, it will take me to a secondary page. So I say for external link, if I click on this button and it takes me to like YouTube, I will say that okay, this is an external link that's taking me from Career Foundry website to a different website entirely. Is that clear?
Okay. 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 All right.
Okay, let's go. So in our last class, we said we are going to make use of either YouTube or Amazon. So I really need our insight, our contribution, yeah. So this is Amazon. This is what Amazon looks like. You see that different websites have different structure, different blueprints on how the ones that users to navigate through. So on the Amazon page, you'll be able to see all the content of the primary page where you have your search Amazon all, be able to look for what you are looking for. You have your search here, you have change country, hello, sign up, return order, add to cart, and all that. So these are content of primary page. You also have today's deal. You also have today's deal, customer service, registry, gift card, and sale. So we just go ahead and start. So on our primary page, we have, so I just duplicated this of Amazon, which is also known as our home page. So you can actually call it home page. Or let's just do it like this so that to be clear. So I'm going to take a pen to, I'm going to write Amazon here. Sorry, would I have a question? Just hold on a bit. Let's move. I want us to finish this today. So we finished in our last class. So we are doing the sitemap for Amazon. So if you are doing your task, if you're doing for a fintech, always indicate that you're a fintech, then you can now start, or an e-commerce, you can now start. So I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to make this our home page. Home page is the first page that you land on the website, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, if I don't ask you to unmute, just indicate on the chat, please. So our home page is our primary page. Under the primary page, we have, okay, sorry. Let me just, under the primary page, we have, okay, we have all, I think all, today's due. So let's start. So I'll attend to all your questions very soon. You can drop it on the chat. Let me attend to you. Then we have today's due. The next thing we have is registry. The next thing we have is gift card and sale. So gift card. Then we have in sale. Sorry. So I'm going to use my arrow and link all of this together. This is a bit tight. Let's move this a little. Okay. So on all, we have digital content and devices. So once you click on one, take us a different page. So all is more like it's category page. Actually, it actually takes me to a different place here. So all we have content like digital content, device, shop by department, and all that. So we can go ahead and say, and put all the content of all below. So we have digital content, and I've forgotten it already. Digital content and devices. Devices. So if this is a content of all, right? So once there are a lot of them, we have okay, we have shop by department, shop by departments. and all the content. So like most of the time, let's not list all of them. Just add extra one. So we have programs and features, then help and settings. And program and features, help and settings. Then program and features. Then we have help settings. Okay. So under today's deal, let's look for what we have there. For now, under today's deal, we have top deals, department, brand, and all that as the content. So today's deal will take us to a tertiary page. I have today's deal. So this is a tertiary page. So I'm going to just copy this and replace it here. No, this is a copy. This is a tertiary page, place to replace. So write today's today's deal I saw there. Today's deal, yeah. So we have different categories. Let me see, product listing. Does that page just swiftly for product listing? So the content under is okay. Paste here. Just duplicate this. So you have categories as content there. Categories. Okay. So if I continue, let me just take your questions. I see a lot of people that have questions. Okay, Abike. Abike.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, I want to ask a question regarding the site map. If I can remember last week when you are doing your site map, you see the home page is the primary page, and all these halls, today's deal, registry, group card, and sales is still on that primary page. It is when you now navigate on each of them.
I can hear you. Please speak up.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can hear you now.
Okay, I wanted to talk about this primary page and secondary page of a thing. Last week when you were explaining, you see this home page. Under the home page, we have hall, today's deal, registry, gift card, and hall. They are still on that primary page, according to what your democratic your representation last week rather. It is when you click on them that you navigate them to secondary page. And I can remember the broader site mapping diagram that you show us is the same thing that it was done there, that they are, after writing their home page, the hall, today's deal, registry are still on their primary page. I don't know, maybe you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for pointing this out. You're actually very correct. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I'm just quickly going to change this. I hope that's clear. I was missing stuff up. Exactly. Okay. Then we have content under. So on the primary page, we have all, today's due, registry, gift card and sale. Hope we're all on the same page. I think I was mixing it up a little. Okay. Let's go back again. Okay, then we have category. So here should be our secondary page now. That's the product listing page here. I'm just going to change it to this color. Yeah. Then we have under the content, we have different categories. Yeah, okay. So for each of the contents that we have, will take us to, for each of the content that we have listed under all, will take us to a secondary page. So just I'll just move this a little. This should take us to a primary page. Sorry, a secondary page. What am I saying? Yeah. All the contents are going to take us to a secondary page. So let's see. So once we click on all and we click on Amazon or games, to take us to a page dedicated to games, now which now becomes our tertiary page. Yeah. Games. Once you click on games, you should take it to a tertiary page. So I'll just copy this. Copy and paste. So you have different categories. Games. So for the let's focus on today's deal. Today's deal is going to take us to a primary page that the contents are coupons, the new deal, outlets. The contents are coupons, outlets. Let me correct this. This is not update. This is so for each of the coupon will take us to a tertiary page. So the tertiary page is outlined. Okay. Outlined with no fill and outline. So we'll take us to, let's click on coupon and see. Coupon will take us to a tertiary page. So we have most popular and all that. So we have different categories, yeah, your coupons and all that. Any questions so far? All right, so Echo.
Yes. The question I want to ask, because right now I have the Amazon page in front of me. Okay, if you scroll down a bit from the coupon, renew deals, outlets, and the rest of them, you find things like department, brands, customer reviews, prices, and the rest of discount and the rest of them. What category does these ones fall into?
So they're just parts of the tertiary page, but they're just content. So if you still click on it, they're still taking you to a tertiary page. You understand? But not all of them are just talking about coupons.
Okay, so if one is to list out everything, because for me, I think Amazon is a very massive, how will I put it, a massive site. Okay, yes. If one is to list everything out on this page, do you think a sitemap? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to put it really.
So let me help you. So if you see that your features are too much, you focus on the advanced ones. So you can actually classify them as contents. Maybe you can just come down here and put other contents. You understand?
Okay.
Name it other categories. But focus more on your primary, secondary, and
tertiary.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, ma.
Any other question? Okay, Ekon. You have a question?
Yes, I do. Please, I'm trying to understand the arrangement of these contents. I thought it's supposed to come in the order of primary, secondary, tertiary, and probably other contents.
All right. Okay, let's go to Amazon.
This digital content that is under all now.
Okay.
The games and all the other ones beside it comes under digital content. That's tertiary content, right?
No, hold on. Let me go over it again. I'm not getting your question. So this is
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, you were breaking a little, but let me just go from the little I got. This is Amazon, right? When I click on all, I'm going to see all contents that are under the primary page, right? It's from when I click a content that it will take me to a secondary page. You must see content first. Content help you in navigation. You understand? So you must see content, click on it before you have to move from one page to another. So on the home page now, we saw the content, which is all today's deal. I must click on today's deal for you to take me to another page. But on this page, I first of all had to see content, then maybe click on devices before you have to take me to a tertiary page containing devices. Is that clear? Ekom, you're muted.
Yes, I'm talking about the representation on the sitemap now.
Okay, let me go to the sitemap. So on the sitemap, we have all, right? Under all, we have different content. So we are saying that we clicked on digital content and we landed on a secondary page. Why is that nobody pointed this out? A secondary page that contains games. So once you click on one game, you see different category of that game. So if you click on shop by department, be able to see shops by department. Then you click on one, you'll be able to see dedicated shops like that and like that. So these are just content under the primary page. Once you click on the content on the primary page, it will take you to a secondary page. Once you click on the content on the secondary page, it takes you to a tertiary page. Exactly. I'm sure she's speaking.
I guess.
Yes. Okay, what's your confusion? Again.
My confusion is in the way, okay, maybe it's in the arrangement. I don't know. My problem is with the arrangement. Like this, all today's due and all of that. At least those ones you understand, those ones are primary content. Now, under all now, we have the digital content, the shop, my department, those ones are the secondary content. And I understand that games are like the tertiary content. Now, it is the point, maybe probably it's the pointing arrow now that the way they are pointing is what's confusing me. If this comes under this one comes under this one, like it's properly arranged like that, there's no confusion. But now that the arrow is now going to the side and it now brings a kind of confusion to me. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I get your point. So I don't know a better way to like present it, but if you can present your own a better way, the whole idea of sitemap is to communicate, right? If you have a better way to communicate your information to your users or your stakeholders, that will also be fine. But make sure that this information is communicated properly. So I'm actually using my legend, and I see that, okay, this is content. Anybody that lands here will like, okay, on the primary page, these are the contents that the person will see, right? By clicking on it. So that's the way I'm actually arranging. But if I have a better way to arrange it, okay, Ekwam, if you're in my shoe, how will you do it?
No, I'm not saying that you're not doing it well. I'm just trying to like
No,
understand it.
but just so that can do two methods. You understand? So we'll see the one that is more user friendly.
Okay. Or maybe it's Amazon that's giving us problem. The website is big. Well,
Amazon is actually
okay,
big.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma.
Okay. I think there's another question. Tobo.
Yes, sorry, please. This one is a little question. I want to know the connector. Okay, how were you able to connect the home page to all the primary what will I call it? The primary now, okay, in
So when
just
you
a single click, yeah.
So when you take a shape, you see that the shape have like 4 arrows by the side. So if I want to
Okay.
connect anything, I just have to like click on that arrow, click on the frame, click on the arrow, like that. So for this one, I wanted to connect, I clicked here, like that. Is that clear? Just make use of the arrow.
Okay, just one after the other, or is there a way I click and, for instance, if you look at the home page now, you needed to connect about five stores there. Is there a way I could click it and it will connect all 5 simultaneously, or I have to take it one after the other?
I don't know that way. We just have to take it one after the other.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So let's move ahead. Let's see if Amazon is really big. I mean, just because we suggested it on our last class, that's why we're actually making use of it. But it's better we use Amazon so that you can use something basic when you're doing your own. So under registry, we have registry gifting, find registry, and all that. I'm just going to duplicate this as a content. We have find registry. And we even have baby. We have registry and gifting. Okay, so registry and gifting, help and all that. help. So once you click on help, it will take us to, sorry, this should take us to registry and gifting, which is a tertiary page. Then the contents we have there are registry and gifting. Then we have find registry. So I'll take your question very soon. Find registry. So this is our tertiary page now. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to make it tick in. So content under each of them. I'm going to duplicate these and so this should take us to a tertiary page. Anything I click on here will not take me to a tertiary page. So let's say find gifting. We have wedding party and all that. Let me just click on help. So help, you have a search and you have categories, help topics. Okay, Gabriel, you have a question.
Yeah, I want to know this site map really is part of US.
Yes, it's part of UX, yeah.
All right. Okay, that's my question.
So under help, we have help topics. We also have then we have a search bar there. We can also add it. Well, we didn't add it on our home page, but let's add it here. Okay. Paste here. So we have a search help. It's not here. It's here. See help topic. Else you can see search help. Under give to have like that. Any question? I want us to touch user flow before we call it a night. Any questions so far? Any confusion? Any question? Okay, gift. All right, let's take the question so that we can move to user flow chart. Gift, you can unmute your mic and ask.
Okay, thank you, ma. Good evening, ma. Good evening, everyone. Okay, my question is, this coupon and this coupons categories, they're not the same color. I don't understand.
Okay, so the coupon deal. So when we click on today's deal, we'll land on today's deal, a page that contains today's deal. Let me show you. Where is that? Okay. So when we land on today's deal, right? See what we saw here, today's deal. But under today's deal, we have contents like coupon, renew deal, outlet, and all that. So these ones are contents. Remember, if I click on any of them, so this is our secondary page now. So once I click on coupon to take me to a tertiary page, that's what I call these ones content. So the contents will take you to a tertiary page. Is that clear?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So this is primary, secondary, content. A content that you click on will take you to a page dedicated to coupons category, which is a tertiary page. Is that clear? Gifts. All right, Ike.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Right, Ike.
Thank you very much. I was lost from all. So I was logged out. So I missed it totally. But from what you explained here, please could you just explain this all? I wouldn't mind.
It's on Amazon. We have all there. We have details. So when I click on all, these are the contents under all. So when I pick one, I click on one, I land on a tertiary page, which is games. Sorry, on a secondary page, which is games. When I click on games, it takes me to a page dedicated to different categories of games, like that. Exactly. All right. Christy?
Yeah.
Is there a question?
Oh, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, can we use another app? This is very, very confusing. Yes.
All right. Use another app. Vincent.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Please, ma'am, I want to ask, if I mistakenly delete my work, how can I bring it back on FigJam? Because I've tried all possible means to bring it back on
Can you see my cursor?
I find it so difficult.
Can you see my mouse? Vincent, can you see my screen?
No, I can't. No, I'm not seeing. Yes.
Okay, so when you click here, you see show version history. From here, you'll be able to find version history of everything that you have done on that Figma board or FigJam board.
Okay.
So it will show you things I've worked on this Figma, different time. Then you can now pick one to appear. That's clear. So Efosa.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
It's not a question, but I want to point out something. Under registry, there's and gifting, there's an outline there, so it doesn't confuse us. An outline, that's supposed to be a secondary page, right?
Yes.
But there's a blue.
I can't hear you again.
I said there's a around that second page.
So when I click on registry, it takes me to registry and gifting page. That's why it's highlighted. You understand? So these are the contents under registry and gifting.
Okay.
Yes, that's how I presented it like this. But I'm going to use another one, another site, so that we'll have a better understanding. And Jessica.
I'm not done.
Sorry, you're not done?
So I have a question.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Before now, actually, try something.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, speak up.
Okay, so I saw the code.
I can't hear you. Please type on the chat. Let me respond to you. Yeah, thank you so much. Sobo.
Okay, thank you for your time so far. Yeah, please, I just want to ask, should one find himself, okay, selecting a site as massive as Amazon, for instance, in trying to carry out the task you gave us, what is the minimum number of content, okay, you will want us to itemize or give?
Yeah, so I say everything
instead of
the task should be done after the class. Thank you. Jessica.
Okay, good evening, Ma. Ma, please, can you shift your arrow? I want to see the arrangement starting from primary.
All right. Do you have a question?
Yes. So from what you've explained so far, aside from this arrangement here, after all, this is the primary page. So the next thing is content before secondary page, then tertiary page. Is that it?
Basically, it's not like it's a pattern, right? Every website, every application have different information architecture, right?
Okay.
So just maybe it's for you to like identify the one that is a primary page, the one that is a content of that primary page, the one that is a content of a secondary page. There's not like you must do it this way or you must do it that way, because you might go to a different website now, it might be different arrangement entirely.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
What's here?
Okay, good evening. It's not I don't really have a question. I just observe something like, for instance, now these legends, they each have a color. So should I say that these ones that are in blue color, they are like the primary page, then every other thing follows like that?
Yes, yes. It's more like a key to your map. You know, it's a site map. So if I come to your page, if I come to your site map and I read this, if I see blue, I'm like, okay, this is a primary page. If I see doing oh, this is an external link. You can use different color. You must not really stick to these colors. Just for you to like give me like, an idea of what each shape and the color, what it represents.
Okay.
Tosin.
Good evening, ma.
Sorry, Tosin, go ahead.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Yeah, now according to your explanation last week, I'm thinking that for one to get to a secondary page, tertiary page, you need to like it's going to be in like a sequential order that okay, when I'm navigating the page, I'll get to the primary. Then when I click on a menu or a particular button, I'll get to the secondary. And after the secondary, I can still navigate from that secondary to a tertiary, forget it to the content. But now it's a bit confusing. I don't know, maybe you can.
Textbook wise, from primary to secondary to tertiary. Forgetting that each of these pages have content. You cannot like forget about the content. It's a content that will help you to navigate. So if you want to buy clothes and you go to an e-commerce site and you say maybe trouser, right? You must be able to click on trouser before you see other trousers. So that's the content of that page that will help you to see other categories. I don't know if I'm explaining. I hope that's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
I read more about it. I'm not that sure.
Esther.
Good evening, ma. Good evening, everyone. Please, can you hear me?
So I can hear you.
Okay, please. Mine is not a question. It's like a suggestion. Please,
Okay,
we all have. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll write down your name. You ask after the class. We have a whole lot to cover.
Yeah, it's not a question. I just want to say that we should finish this thing first before all these questions, because we all have questions to ask. That's just what I mean. Okay, but I've not seen the position of the sign up and the login.
Oh, okay, we'll do that on the user flow.
Okay, so it's not needed on this. Sorry, is it not needed on the site map?
It's needed. It's needed. But we're just focusing more on the content of the website. When we're doing the user flow, you'll be able to see how to log in and sign up. It's really, really needed.
Okay, thank you.
But we are analyzing Amazon, right? Is there any way you want to check out now that you ask? There's no sign up on this page, is there?
No.
Exactly. So you
Okay,
have
yes,
to
there is signing.
Where is it? Okay, yes. Yeah. So we can actually like put it as a multiple page, where there's more to this page.
Okay.
Actually, just because we are just working with Amazon, if it's a different place, if it's an app, you have to first of all log in and sign in before you'll be able to see the structure, how the home page is looking, how every other navigation is looking. But based on the application that we are designing for, or designing the information architecture for, we're just looking at what we can identify and place them where they are needed, where it's necessary.
Okay, thank you.
I think that'll be all. So you can always read more on information architecture. I'm not sure time will permit us to finish Amazon. But if you have a question, you can always ask on the chat. And I'll be there to answer you. So let's move forward to user flow, because there is no time. Okay. So from our class, we said that to do proper user flow, you must name your shapes properly. You must be able to put in your keys, your legend of what you want, how you want your users to carry out a particular task. So we said the circle is for action, the rectangle is for screen, the diamond is for decision. Then we have forms, we have sources, we have error. Bearing in mind that for every application, every website, different users are coming in to do different tasks. For instance, a fintech application, there are different tasks that a user can come in to do. A user can just come in to just log in and sign up, do transfer, airtime recharge, TV recharge, etc., or profile settings. So we just, for every application, there's what we call authentication. You have to log in or sign up before you come in. If you have logged in already and you have the app, you have to open it to navigate with it. So we just have to do, so for every task, based on the task I gave you, you have to name the task that you want the user to do. So this one is authentication. Authentication. So you want your user to log in and sign up. So the first thing first, we're going to take our action button, our shape, sorry. Let me say you have downloaded it from Play Store. The next thing you're going to do is to open the app now. As if first user, you open the app, it's an action. Then from here, if it's a first timer, you're going to land on a splash screen. Splashing is a screen that contains more like the logo of, the logo of the app, or the logo of the app. This one is strictly app. But if it's a website, the first thing you're going to land on is the home page. Then from the home page, you can log in, depending on the user flow they are working on. So this is a splash screen. Splash screen. More like the first screen that you see. If you go to Discord, that when you enter Discord, you'll be able to see the first screen that contains the Discord logo and all that. Then you're going to see onboarding. Onboarding is like 3 pages screens that tells you more about the application. Onboarding screen. So from here now, you have a decision to make. So you have, let's copy this, Control D. Let's put this, you have a decision to get started. Get started. So on get started, you see a form. You see a form of maybe a form that says, or a button depending. A form that says new user login. So existing user. So a new user, we had to sign up. New user, somebody that's coming in for the first time, get sign up. If you can't see my screen, indicate. It's better now. Then for existing user, I'm just going to duplicate this. For existing user, you either make a decision towards login. Log in. So I'm going to write existing user here. To write, you have to double tap. Sorry, existing user. As an existing user, you have to log in. So for sign up, the application or the website will require your details, like maybe user detail. So once you have done with this, they can also ask you for verification. Then you cannot get a success that you are finally logged in. Login successful, be sign up successful. Sign up successful. Successful. Right? So for login, you'll be asked to enter your detail. That is your email and password, depending. Some people can actually ask for your phone number, email and password. So here you will be able to get like a success and an error message. So if your detail is correct, you'll be able to like log in successful too. Be able to log in successfully. Yeah, log in successful. But if it's not correct, you'll be asked to reset your password. So forgot password. So you get an error message of invalid or incorrect password, or incorrect password, depending. Then once you have resetted it, so they'll give you a form to like, or they'll send you an email. So when you click on forgot password, which can be a form now. So you click on forgot password. Forgot password. Okay, since it's time up, but let's try and finish. Let's try like 20 more minutes. Then we will call it a night. Then you can get a success. Maybe if you have resetted the password, then you cannot get a password change successful. That's what we said. Password reset successful. So this is going to be a success. And you know our success is blue. Green. Yeah, green. Yeah. So once you are done with this, you can say the user has finished the task. So I'm going to increase this a bit. So after your password reset is successful, they will ask you to log in again. It's the new password now. Log in. So once you log in, and once your sign up is successful, so you can say the user have completed this task, this authentication task. So I'm going to put this here. So I'm going to connect this. Okay, sorry. I think I'm forgetting something before. The user have logged in, but she doesn't know that the user had to land somewhere to be sure that you have logged in successful. The user had to land on. Okay, I think I'll move this. Okay. The user has to land on their dashboard or home page or home screen. Yeah. So let's say home screen. This is an app. Home screen. Let me zoom in little. So we are going to connect this to the home screen. Because whether you log in or sign up, you are still going to land on the home screen. Then we can now say end. The user have logged in and signed up successfully. Is that clear? Any question? I'll do another task. Any questions so far? I think we're on the same page. Okay. Hola.
Hi, good evening.
Good
Thank you very much for the explanation so far. I'm sure we're going to figure it out. So, quick one for please can you go to where the forget password is?
Okay. Just take the site.
So sometimes when you want to reset your password, there are some that will take you that you should take you to another link. Take you to so where can that fit in here?
Okay, actually like include external link. That's the one that's taking you to your email to reset your password, right?
Yeah. Something like
you
that.
can always add that in your legend and include it.
I didn't get that, sorry.
You can always add it on your legend and include it. So let's change this color to, which color are we going to use?
I don't know.
Let me, okay. So let's say external link. I didn't really think about it earlier. So you can just copy this. So for forgot password and you say you click on password reset, maybe it should come under here.
Yeah, I think it should too.
You come under here that, okay, check your email. So it's an external, give the app to your email. Trying to. Yeah. So you have to go to your email to get the code and come back and the new code and all that. Any other question?
Yeah, so I'm asking, so this external link, are we going to link the arrow to the password?
No, not really. You can just
we don't need to do that.
You don't need to link it. You can just put it.
The arrow of the external link to the password reset successful.
Not really necessary. I'm not sure it's necessary. I'm not sure it's necessary.
Oh, you're not sure it's necessary. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma. Please, I want to ask Okay. Please, ma, I want to ask this this decision, the other circle and that screen, the three yes, these three this thing that you made earlier. Can we represent it with another color or it must be the same color?
No, you can play around with your color, but just know that your error is always red. Your success is green, but any other thing you can change it. Yeah?
Pardon? Come again? I didn't get that, please.
So you can change your action color, your screen color, your decision color. But for error, please always use red. Yeah? Then for success, always use green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
can play around with other color, but just know that error is red. So that when I see that, okay, this is the wrong move and like that.
Thank you, ma'am.
So let's do another user flow, another user task before I take the questions. I think we are behind. So this user wants to transfer money. to transfer money. So this is the first task. So once the person have logged in and the person is on the dashboard, so I'm going to continue with this one. The person have logged in and the person wants to do transfer. Then the person has to know how to end on just the home screen. The person has to continue now to carry out a transfer. So on the home screen, you can have different decisions to make. So I'm going to copy this. So the first decision the person should make on a fintech app, for instance, should be maybe add money. The second decision a person should make should be transfer, maybe bank transfer. And the third decision, depending on the things you want to have display on your home screen. You have bank transfer. You can also have withdraw. You can also have a whole lot of things that you can do on your home screen. Home screen is actually the main page that takes you to other pages. So it's from the home screen I decide on what to do. Then you have they just end it here. Let's say profile. There are other things that can be on a home screen, a fintech home screen. So we're going to connect this to this here. And every other thing. Yeah. So let's say this user wants to make transfer. The person has to pick the transfer. The user will have to see a page that says just duplicate this, Control D. The user will have to see a page that says enter recipient detail. Enter. So that's recipient detail. The page. Then beneath the page, you can get a form that says, so this is a form on our, let me just remove the field and add our form. So this is a form that says maybe user's account number, user's account number. Then the next thing you're going to do, you're going to get, once you enter the user's account number and so at this stage you're going to get either a success message or an error message. So if the account number is invalid, you say, okay, we get let me say invalid. I don't know the term that fintech people normally use. Invalid detail account number. So this should be error, right? But if you put my account number and you get to see my name and my bank, you'll be able to see the user's detail. Be able to see my detail, user's name. Yeah, so once you put the right account number, you'll be able to see my name. So it's success. So you can now continue. Yeah, so paste this. So once you see my user's name, name, that means you have input the right user account number The next thing you're going to get a form. So let me just duplicate this. So if I might ask you a different page, I'll ask you to put the amount. It's usually a form. Enter amount that you want to send to me. So to enter amount, once you enter amount, so for enter amount, it's a form, amount and description, sorry. Amount slash description. Where do you want to send me the money? Like, you guys know what it is now. Then we are going to have a screen that says a screen that says make payment. So I'm going to fill it. Let's say make payments. Make payment. Other people can also put button. You can actually put a shape to identify a button on your legend. If you feel like it's necessary, you can also like put another shape and call it button. So anytime that you see a button, the user has to like click on the button, you can just put it like that. But for this, I'm just using screen. But if you do your own, and you can, if you put your button on your legend and you put it on your flow, I'll be able to understand, and your stakeholders will also be able to understand. So when you click on make payments, you're going to get another page, another screen that says enter password, enter your transfer password or enter your transaction password, depending on enter password. So when you enter your password now, you're able to get like a success and an error. So error will say insufficient balance where you're transferring to. Let me see, I'm using, for instance, I'm using like PayPal or all these. Maybe if I put a like 20,000, I don't have 20,000 in my account. When I keep enter my password, they say insufficient balance, sorry. Sufficient balance. They will not tell you to fund your account, or you cannot tell your users here. You can give them you cannot give them a spin-up or a form, depending on you want to present it. So let's just leave it as a form. A form that then add money with cards, etc. Just anything that depending. So your user with insufficient balance can actually follow another journey to fund their accounts. But if you have the money and you enter your password, you'll be able to get a success, this thing that says transfer successful. Successful. Sorry. Successful. So this is as usual green. So let's take out the field. Take out the field. So you can now end. The user have transferred money successfully. Let me pick our end. Just paste here. Okay. End. So for user that wants to, the user that have insufficient balance to follow another journey to fund their account. Like that. So any questions so far? Okay. No question. Gift, you have a question?
Okay, ma, not really a question. Thank you so much for this session. Please scroll to the end of this of your screen. Let me see all those legends, please. I want to check something.
It's okay. Can you see it?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Do you have a question? Or you just want to say it?
Yes, ma, it's okay. I wanted to see all the buttons.
He's confused now. If you are confused, okay, Ikenya. Why mother your name so much? I'm sorry. Kenya, sorry. You have a question? Ola, do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Okay, so
Hello?
hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
So for PalmPay OP, there's something after transfer successful. They usually say share receipts. Can we include that after the transfer successful, right under it? And
Yes.
where can we put transaction history?
You can also be on your home page. For someone that just wants to come in and check in their transaction history. You understand? You can have a lot of things on your home page. This is just like small
Just a
app.
sample.
So for you, if your fintech app, users want to be able to like download their receipts.
Yeah.
Make transfer and download their receipt. Once you say transfer success, you'll be able to have another section that say download or share. Then you can say the user have finally carried out the task you want the user to carry out. Then you can now end. So the main purpose of this task is for user to just transfer. I didn't even put to download receipt and all that into consideration. That's why you must state your task ahead. Let me go to the task. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you want your user to make transfer and share receipts, you can now complete that flow. You understand? User wants. Are you with me?
Yeah, I get that. Another one is if you want to transfer money, there are some that will ask, there's one for same bank and different banks. There are some
like
that's
sorry? That's like a banking app. They will ask access to access different banks.
Oh, so it's different.
No, it's not like it's different. It's not different. This is just like a demo, right?
Okay.
Just like looking at how it's going to work. But if you want to do such, you must be able to like list all of them here.
Wow.
So if it's same bank, the person will total money has a different flow. The person will take. So withdraw, there's a different flow. Same bank transfer have a different flow. Electricity, different flow. Buy a transfer. Yeah. So this is just strictly for the purpose of this class. So you can always like explore. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Thank you.
So which one now?
Yes, yes. What about in a case whereby you want to make a transfer, you want to do some transactions, and it bringing you back because in some user flow that I researched about, you will see dotted lines. I don't know if that is necessary or is outdated. If it can be included in the legend, and if this line as well, the one with arrow, if we can also include it in a legend as a progressive line and also the dotted one. I don't know. What do you think about that?
In our last class, we saw something about lines for direction. We said the solid line, this line, it's for forward movement. The dotted line, it's for backward. So if I'm here, I don't want to do bank transaction. If I'm going back, it should be a dotted line that will take me back to my home page or take me back. Okay, if I'm here, For instance, they say user account number, and I want to go back. So I should be able to put dotted line to take me back to the home page. So I defined these terms in our last class. Your legend can be more than this. Can be more than this. You understand? It's even somebody that told me about the external link, the Google external link, reset password. I had to like include it. But most time when you're doing your user flow, it requires you thinking. This is why it's ideate. You have to like think a lot. Most time you might like put out legend. At the end of the day, you might not really use all of them. At the end of the day, you need more. Like we didn't even include button on our legend, but we needed button here to make payments. It's a button. Exactly.
Okay. Yes, it's clear. So it can be included in the legend, the dotted line as backward.
Backward.
Progression. Okay. Thank you.
Let's take another question. Vincent, you have a question?
Yes, ma. I have a question, but a simple question. The legend you are putting on this flow, the task flow, you are not indicating as a write-up on top there as legend, but you do it on the sitemap. Okay, aside that one, please, ma, I am still also having issue with the bringing back my product as in my design after deleting it. I've tried it, bring it from the version. Yes, I bring it from the version history, but to use it doesn't want to. So if you can exercise one, and in order to show us how to use it again, please.
Okay, I'll show you that. Let's focus on flow. Yeah. Before we
No
go,
problem.
Forward, sorry. Direction. Any other question? I think that's all. All right, I think that's all. Okay, so okay, Ola, you have a question.
Sorry, I forgot to lower my hand the other time. I just did. Thank you.
I'm going to, based on requests, I'm going to put the lines. Yeah, thank you so much for pointing it out. If I give example with the dog walker in the class, when I said about the lines and all that. Okay, so with that, we have come to the end of our class today. If you still have any confusion, any concern, please make your own personal research or ask on the channel, and I'll be there to answer all your questions. I know that this information architecture can be very tricky. You have to like think about it a lot, but feel free to explore. And I'm actually rooting for all of you. So good night and enjoy the rest of your week. See you on Friday.